Check 1, 2. Can you hear me okay? All right. I hope you can, because I'm coming at you live, late night, super late night. It's late, baby. It's late. What's up, Diesel? Yeah, I'm on the East Coast to just chat for a second. And whether you see this tonight or this morning or later this morning, that's okay, because I'm making this for you too. It's made for everybody. It's not earth-shattering. It's not groundbreaking, but what it is I feel like this whole plan has drastically taken a turn in the direction of truth and full disclosure. And I feel necessary to just simply say that, you know what, things could very much be rapidly moving here forward. There's a lot being said. You're probably seeing it and witnessing it. There's a lot being said right now. And we'll see how it plays out. But there's definitely, there's signs. Trump is talking. People are talking. The Democrats aren't really making any moves to try to launch any new investigations or anything. It's pretty quiet. They floated it for a minute. They thought about it. So far, nothing. There was 1,100 former, what were they, judges that were going to get together and talk about the way that Trump intervened into the Barr case. They've since decided to postpone that indefinitely, that meeting. I don't know what it means for time frame. I don't know how fast it's going to go. But where everything's at right now, I don't know. The Democrats are on full display. They look horrendous. They sound horrendous. They are horrendous. Bloomberg went up there and got his ass beat. There's the conspiratorial side of me that says, did Bloomberg go up there as just like a pawn and let them rip on a billionaire New Yorker who's, in their perception, bad to women and all that, and because they tried to paint him a couple times into that position where they said, I'm not even talking about Trump. You know, you're this, you're this, you're this, you're bad to women, you're this, you're a multi-billionaire, blah, 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 blah. And I'm not even talking about Trump. Bloomberg may just simply be a puppet, which he is, but simply be a puppet to be able to introduce all of this influx of money to actually go towards whatever candidate they're going to put in front of Trump, whatever candidate they're going to put in front of him. It may have just been to introduce his money, because he sure as shit can't debate his way out of a wet paper bag. He is not good. In the wet paper bag division, he is not good. They keep running his ads, right? They run his ads. It's just simply not going to work for him. But Can he keep his money into the race, into the Democrat Party? Yeah. I mean, the worst thing that can happen to the liberal Democrats is that Bernie Sanders wins this position to run against Trump. It's the worst possible scenario. Total socialism. Total socialism. And that's not what the center Democrats, or let's get more important, that is not what the centrist people in the United States want, whether they're Republican or Democrat. Those that believe in capitalism but can still call themselves a Democrat. That paradigm is definitely on the table all the time. They try to just tell people black and white. You got to be this way, or you got to be this way, and everything else. You're a Nazi. I mean, what they're trying to do to people with mainstream television is criminal. There's no doubt it's criminal. That will be revealed. It's all getting revealed. And that was really the main reason that I wanted to come on, as long as I go, maybe just a little bit longer. But I wanted to come on and say that, listen, guys, everything that you've dealt with and geared up for and been listening to the truth for, man, it's right here on the doorstep. It's right here, right now, right now. I know we've had this talk before. But open your eyes. I mean, I guess it's been right now for quite a while. It has been. I guess that's what it means when the president says you're going to get so tired of winning that you're going to beg me to stop winning, is because I felt like we've been on this doorstep for a while now. And yes, it's winning, 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 winning. We keep winning. We do keep winning. It's good. It's good. Winning is good. It's not good. It's great, given the context of what President Trump's doing. It's great. Winning is phenomenal. But it is important to be able to step back from all of this winning, which, listen, I've enjoyed the wins, all of them. But it does put me in the atmosphere where it's winning, winning, winning. Are you tired of winning? No, I'm not tired of winning. I'm tired of not understanding what the wins represent on individual bases and stuff. And that's the part that's getting to be fun, because now it's not just winning. It's understanding that, oh, that win had purpose. That took down this. Oh, the reason that he's releasing these people, like the former governor of Illinois, Blagojevich, is because these people were taken down by the very corrupt FBI, the 1%, the top 1%, the same ones that have already been fired. You're fired. I don't care what you say. You're wrong, and you're fired, Comey. All these people that got fired, they're fired. They're fired for a reason. But many people under the Obama administration went to jail that were trying to do the right thing. These are the people that are being exonerated. These are the people that are having their sentences commuted. And they're taking these people out of jail that are innocent. And these people are now beginning to tell their story. And that's important that we listen to them. It all just adds fuel to the fire of what we're witnessing, what we're going through. I talk about this from time to time, but the history books will be written. They'll be wrote and written. And they will talk about people in general society and how they felt at this moment in time and what the world was going through and the transformation. And there will be a collective voice that speaks on behalf of those that followed President Trump that nails it. That says, it was this And instead, we switched it, and now it became this. And that was way better. I think corruption has existed within politics from almost the moment politics were created. I believe that politicians throughout history of mankind had learned to operate and navigate the waters of politics, which brought us to a point eventually where people could go beyond those boundaries and allow themselves to be corrupt. Maybe even if they were brought to believe that they were doing the right thing. Maybe they're puppets. Maybe. They probably are, given what you hear out of them, but for whatever reason, from about pretty much after President Reagan up until we got through President Obama, this country changed. This country somehow managed to put the loaded pistol to its big toe and pull the trigger and get rid of all of our manufacturing and somehow make everybody feel sorry for loving Christmas, wanting to do the right thing for mankind, wanting to make money in a capitalist world. That was all taken away. It was horrible. You look at Barack Hussein Obama. If he wasn't such a puppet, I would say really, really, really bad things about him, but he is. He's completely controlled. I mean, there's not an organic thought in that man's brain at all. Not in that man's brain. Unless he's deciding whether he wants to be the spoon or the spooner when it comes to that. So he's Manchurian candidate, no doubt. The last 8 years that we would have been going through with Hillary Clinton, and now, mind you, it's been 4 years basically. Imagine President Hillary Clinton in the last 3+ years and her going for her reelection. Could we have waited for Trump to run till now? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. What happened in the Obama administration that was about to be gaslit and handed off to Hillary needed to be nipped in the bud, like now, quick. There was desperation behind the Trump campaign. The desperation that he wouldn't win was almost too much to bear, but it almost was. The thought of where our country would have been, I think it's been alluded to within the Commons Q and whatnot, that had the witch actually won the presidency, there was a backup plan. I don't know if it'll ever be admitted to. I don't know if they can ever bring it to light, ever. I don't know if they can. But it sounds like her getting in there was not an option, no matter the bloodshed. And I think in hindsight, if you are any kind of true red-blooded patriot or just simply a realist, you can understand why they could never let that happen, ever. You can't let that happen. And I don't think they would have let that happen. But I digress. We never had to see it happen. It never had to happen. What we do have is we have a whole lot of exposure. We have a whole lot of information that's come out from Trump's first basically 4 years. And even before that, so many of you are awake. So many of you were so wide awake before Trump even ran. I was mildly out of my sleep when Trump ran. That man threw kindling into a warm bed of coals that was ready to be awoke. And this man awoke. Things were exposed. Things were given truth. There was purpose. There were things that finally made sense. And everything has both been statistically and mathematically proven that it can't be anything other than what it is. So what are you waiting for out there, America? What are people waiting for? I don't think they're waiting for much. It's time to get on this and get behind this, because I think this is built up to the point where it's just going to go crazy. Things are going to happen. Like, it's happening. It's happening, I guess, is what I really want to say. It's happening. It's going on. It's going down. This plan is bigger than just taking down the deep state. I've said it before, and I'll continue to start saying this, is that you have to understand the second part of the plan. Yes, we're still in the first phase. We're still in the first portion. It's taking out the deep state. The second portion, after Trump's reelected, will be about taking out the central bank reserve. This stuff, simply, it's been told. I mean, I know anything. They're in the Q drops. We've been told this information. It's happening. We won't think about that with the central bank for now. We'll go back to where we are right now, right this minute. Guys, there's about to be a heaping spoonful of truth shoved in the mouth of every cognitive person that can understand. What is it going to be exactly? I'm not sure. But it's about to roll. It's about to happen. It's about to happen. And I can't wait. To tell you the truth, I'm super excited about it. I can't wait for it to happen. I'm way excited. Now, if they ever ask Trump, do you know who Q is? Do you know what I think he'll say? Mind you, I have no idea, but I think he'll say something like, well, I've heard of Q, and I can tell you this, that a lot of his information, or a lot of Q's information, is right on track with what we're actually witnessing. So even though I don't personally know an individual named Q, I'm a very big fan of the communication, the breakdowns that Q does in everyday life to what we're witnessing. Does that make sense? Okay. I mean, I could see President Trump answering it something like that. Like, totally not admitting Q, but yet totally giving Q all the accolades, all the kudos. I could see that. I don't know. Maybe you can. Maybe you can't. I don't know. I'm not sure Trump can actually admit to Q before he gets reelected. I think it'd be too big of a weird, jagged pill for him to have to navigate going into what should clearly be a landslide victory in November. Why is he going to let Q come up in all this? I wouldn't. I sure as hell wouldn't. But if they ask me, I might give a response like I said. I've heard of it. A lot of information seems to be very spot on. I'm not sure how they understand what's going on, but a lot of this lines up with the truth. So, very interesting, this Q individual. Very interesting. We'll continue to monitor the situation. What if he came out and just said that? That'd be great. If he said it just like that, it would be great. And I know there's some Annans that would just be like devastated and Just why not? Why not bring it up? Listen, if it ever gets addressed and comes out in the mainstream public, it will be because it was planned. They're not going to catch him off guard. They asked him about Anonymous. Did you hear what he said? Yeah. I've heard of Anonymous. I know who they are. I'm not prepared to say who they are, but I know who they are. And basically, that was about it. That's what he said, something like that. I know who they are, but it was almost like somebody dipped a toe in the water, just kind of put the name Anonymous out there to see how maybe they could broach him with Q later in a week or two. I don't know. The longer they don't ask him about Q, really the more momentum continues. It will continue much greater and much faster after they try to question it, because there's going to be, I mean, like I said, it's going to be such an interesting answer when they ask that it's going to drive more people and more people and more people. It's just going to put a spotlight on it. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. It's going to be historic and biblical. Don't forget that. Those are truths that we've been told. Biblical. It's going to be huge. Huge. It's probably the biggest thing that, I think it's the biggest thing that America could ever go through, would be the Great Awakening. It's the Great Awakening. It's probably the biggest thing that anybody would ever go through. Probably is. We got a badass president. I like this guy. He's a good guy. It's going to be damn interesting moving forward. I'm excited. I'm excited. And I am not tired of winning. Not even a micro dot. Nothing. Bring the wins, Mr. President. Stack them high, man. We got you. We got you. These other people can't win because they don't have the truth. All they are is lies and deception. Building that house upon the sand. That foundation's got nothing. Nothing in that foundation. House cards crumbling before us. The only play they're down to is the mainstream television that just screams shit louder and louder. And it's honestly embarrassing to watch. Even some of the guests, where the anchor or the person in charge of the show can keep it on pace. You got some left-wing liberal lunatic that starts going and hypothesizing over what they think's going on. It's just not watchable. But mind you, CNN is what they have piped into all the airports all over the United States. They own the contract. Can't get Fox News or anything else. I don't know. It's bad. It's not good. It's not good. So Roger Stone got sentenced today, 3 years and 4 months, so 40 months. Everything that they nailed him on was a result of the fake, dirty Russian dossier and forged FISA applicants, 2 of them, all based off a fake witch hunt, all of it. It sounds like Trump will probably pardon him in very due time. Maybe these will take place after the election, but if you think about it, if Roger Stone has to be in jail until November or December this year, I'm not saying it would be great, but, whatever. I don't know a lot about the guy, but Trump's pardoning a lot of people. Not a lot, honestly. I said that recklessly. He's pardoned 26 people. Obama pardoned over 1,900 people. There's no abuse of power going on within President Trump. He's been in office almost 4 years. Pardoned now 26 people. Obama over 1,900 in his presidency. So just another win in the category of you have nothing against the president. They wanted to try to say he was abusing his power with his pardoning when he pardoned Blagojevich. And that's when people started looking and saying, he's only pardoned 26 people since he's been in office. What are you, crazy? People are crazy. I think that's a great way to actually sum them up. Now, they're crazy for a couple of different reasons. They're either crazy because they're on meds all the time, or they're crazy because they're ridiculously dumb and just puppets that are dumb, or they're crazy because they already are dirty and they are part of the deep state and they do know what the Great Awakening is. And so they're dirty by having their hands involved in this. Their hands are deep into this. And those are the ones that yell the loudest. Maxine Waters comes to mind. She went on a rant about Bill Barr, Attorney General Bill Barr. Impeached, disbarred, investigation on the DOJ. She wanted to throw everything at him. But she, a lot like the Democrat Party, have become the party that's cried wolf. It honestly, at this point, wouldn't matter what they try to come at Trump with. Nobody's going to freaking believe it. This man has been an open door to his entire life since he ran. There's nothing they're going to say that's going to shock anybody with Trump. That's why the Democrats lose. They never thought Hillary would lose. Now they all lose. Q. That is a Q, by the way. I just forget which one. But that is. We are on the precipice of everything that we've been going through. Some of you since the first Q drops of 2017. Others of you that picked up later, and that's all good because a lot of the information is new throughout the Q drops as we've gone along, but a lot is rehashed and reiterated, and that's to drive the point home into people. So the people that are just beginning to come on board with Q are just starting to learn it's okay. The overall message of what Q is and what it means hasn't changed. The small moves and counter moves, yeah, those are things that you could maybe brush up on, or maybe things that you'll have ultimately missed out on as this Great Awakening's happened. But it's so very simple. It's so simplistic when you think about what they're doing. They're waking people up to do the right thing. That's all that's going on. Here's right, here's wrong. Time for you to wake up and decide, do you want to be on the right side or the wrong side? Now, the other problem is that the wrong side comes with a whole lot of really, really messed up things that they've done to society, to people, to children, to women, and it still goes on. That's a lot of the bad stuff that has to do with it, which makes awakening sometimes hard. No problem. It's going to be hard when you wake up. Whenever that time is you wake up. There'll be people to help you, not catch you, but help you. We'll try to guide you in for a semi-easy landing, but ultimately, it's going to come down to people's own personal ability to discern information and not be triggered, which are two very, very big words when it comes to discussing what we're going through. Discernment and being triggered. I can only hope that more and more people wake up so that they're not so triggered. I think even a lot of them that are Antifa and all that, they know they're being paid, number one, to be provocateurs. They know this. So maybe some of them question their morals, question why they're doing this. Maybe when they see somebody in Antifa hit somebody with a freaking bicycle lock on a chain across the top of their head and almost kill them, or somebody smashes somebody in the back of the head with a tire iron, that they look at that and go, damn, I didn't want all that. I don't know. I hope they think about that stuff, you know? That being said, I'd love to fucking kick the shit out of every one of them, one by one. They're horrible, horrible people. Horrible people. Can they be redeemed? Yeah, they can. All they have to do is take off their Antifa thuggery and go out and start, rooting for America, rooting for Trump. Poof, you're redeemed. You don't even have to tell anybody that you were Antifa. Just get out of that shit. Get away from it. What does it matter with you? You want a shitty world or you want a great world? And if you're Antifa and you shit talk me in this post, that's fine. Whatever. Do your thing. But I'm pretty sure everybody else doesn't want you to be upset and be mad over something that you won't even open your eyes to. And that's the truth of what and why President Trump ran. It's very difficult to argue or have a conversation with somebody that won't open their mind to even discourse. No amount of truth, no amount of anything. If I tell you something that fundamentally goes against everything that you believe, that ought to make you inquisitive. To say, wait a minute, what are you saying? Where did this come from? How did you come up with this? That's what that should trigger. Because you are in the business of, honoring your beliefs. You believe it so much, you'll put a mask on and go beat people over the head for it. So when somebody fundamentally goes against it, are you just like, nope, I'm right, you're wrong, that's it? And if you are, well, you deserve to get your ass kicked. Proud Boy comes up and smacks you across the face because you're aggressive and an idiot. You deserve it. You just simply do. I don't think that's the first solution anybody wants, but comes a point in time you have to defend yourself. So I don't know. Get out of that clique if you're in it, please. It's not doing you any good. So I went on kind of late, and I'm so glad you guys came. It's awesome to see you. I know you probably, not you probably, you would, Red Pill. I know. Well, they're gonna stay loyal to their sanctuary cities, and they're gonna do the bidding, so they don't dare to come into these types of communities because nobody would put up with that. They're just not gonna put up with it. Oh, Meg's here. Hey, Meg. Oh, Daisy, my dog. Let's do this. There we go. That's way better. Nice job. All right. Go lay down. I know it's late. Go lay down. Poor Dawn. Get her head all down. Anyway, um, where does this all lead to? Trump just said last night in his rally, he said, I hope you're going to be happy. I'm doing a lot of things. Let's just see what happens. Let's just see what happens, folks. Let's just see what happens. I hope you're going to be happy. That's what I hope, is that you're going to be happy. Well, who says that? Unless you're Q+. Who says that? What kind of backdoor sign is that? I hope you're going to be happy. Why? Because we've been waiting this entire time for everything with Q and everything you've been showing us, the Great Awakening, the storm, all of it. We've been waiting for it to happen. I hope you're going to be happy, folks. I hope you're going to be happy. It's right here. It's right now, you guys. It's right now. Maybe a week, maybe 2, maybe a month, but I don't think so. At least not for some crazy stuff to jump. That's going to open the doors to a whole lot of things. Like I said, I don't really think the arrest will happen until after he's reelected. I could completely be wrong. Wouldn't surprise me if I am. Could wake up tomorrow and Comey, Clapper, Brennan all got the cuffs on them, maybe, which would make me happy. But either way, it doesn't matter, because if that's the case, come tomorrow, that's part of the plan. We were told, you're watching a movie. It's being played out in front of us. Moves and counter moves. They have the deep state in panic. They are moving them in every direction they want them to move into. And the deep state is running out of all their options. There's nothing hardly left. Q said there is no step 5. Step 4 was Ukraine, to hang the impeachment on Trump and get him impeached. It failed. There's no step 5. They never expected him to win. They never expected her to lose. They've been coming up with these half-ass ideas on the fly. That's what they've been coming up with to go against President Trump. That's what's been going on. And the truth has snuffed out everything they've tried to throw at this man. Thank God he has Twitter. Direct link from him to the people. I would say it's pretty huge. I would call Twitter, Time Magazine, Gadget of the Year 2020, and 2019, and 2018, and 2017, and 16, and 15, because it allowed the president to have a direct line of communication with the voter. And he didn't abuse that power. He used it to unite us. He's used his presidency to unite us. Divided we fall. That is why everything has been about uniting everybody. It's never been about race, color, religion, any of that. It's been about them dividing us. Trump brings us together to unite. Together, you are strong. Together, you are invincible. There will soon come a day in the future where they will not be able to walk the streets. Why won't they be able to walk the streets? Because they're atrocious and rampant, stuff with kids. You know what I mean? I don't want to get too graphic. The island, but it's on a global scale. It's all run by the globalists. It's run by the globalists. So what do? Strap in, hang on. Go along with this wild ride the president's taking us on, because it's true. It's true. Life is probably like the band Styx said if you think life is complete illusion, we are not living under illusion right now. There is no illusion that Q is a LARP. There is no illusion that the deep state is panicking. They are, and Q is not. The funny thing is, and I've tried to prepare some people within my life that I've been talking to about this, is that, and this isn't me coming up with this, but to me, I've been told it's only going to get much worse in the mainstream television. They're going to paint with a very broad brush and pull all of us in and try to label us all as crazy conspiracy theorists, which won't work because of how many people that are awake. It will get no traction. It will get no legs at all. And it will just be another failed attempt by the deep state. They felt they were in control and they were running this, thought they were the big dog. They're not. They've been out executed on every angle. And they're done. Deep state's done. Denzies, they're gone for. They're gone. They are gone. The Patriots' time is now. The deep state has had their time. Their time is over. It's finished. The Patriots' time is now. It's here. We're on the precipice. Keep good faith. Pray. A lot of lessons we're here to learn on planet Earth. There are, though. I think it's fortunate that we're alive in the time we are. At least I feel blessed. I don't know how you feel. I hope you do too. But I feel blessed to be alive while I watch this transformation within the powers of good and evil battling. Because we got a front row seat and it's happening right in front of us. I think it's fantastic. Truly, truly amazing. I remember 9/11 very, very clear that day. When this all goes down with President Trump, it could be the second day that lives in infamy for me. You know, everybody knows what they were doing or what happened when 9/11 happened. Unless you were in school, you probably learned later, but everybody knows exactly what they were doing when that second tower hit, if you saw it. Well, we're all going to know exactly what we're doing and where we're at when that big shoe drops on the deep state. Everybody collectively within mainstream television, no matter how they feel, looks at each other and goes, uh-oh. 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 That uh-oh's coming. How could it not be? It's probably going to be very fun to watch, to tell you the truth. Their moment's coming, but our time is now. Hi, Chin. Enjoy it. Be awake. Be awake for what we're watching right now. Don't get lost in everyday world. Step back and smell the awakening, because it's going on right in front of us. And it gets louder and more clear every night. Every night it gets louder and clearer. Even through the 3 networks of Fox News at night, they are squeezing it out to the truth. And that's good. And there's a reason that they killed everybody in ratings like 2-1, maybe even more. Sheep no more. People are not asleep any longer. Do you know people who are? Hell yeah. Many? Yes, many are. But the people that watch news for information at over a 2-to-1 clip watch Fox News. And that includes CNN getting all the airports. That counts as their coverage, so they say. So their cause is about done. It's going to be fantastic, you guys. It's going to be phenomenal. Continue to pray. Be on it. Be on it. Be awesome. Stay who you are. Be awesome. Pray for the president. We're coming out of it, man. There's things that'll happen after he gets reelected, but I don't know. I suppose we could see some indictments, maybe a couple of arrests here soon. Nothing will be done, though, that will jeopardize his presidency. So if somebody gets arrested, let's say James Comey gets arrested, that'd be sweet. Probably wouldn't jeopardize his presidency or, them accusing him of an abuse of power, something like that. Probably wouldn't. But no matter what, if they do arrest somebody, it's part of the plan. At this point, you have no other choice to say that every move that they make is part of the plan, because it's moves and counter moves. And they've proven themselves beyond the shadow of a doubt that their moves and counter moves are not possible to be disproven. They're just not. They're just not. I can get more into that some night, but I don't think I need to. So anyway, that's all I had tonight. Thanks for coming. I'm sorry I went so late. I did want to just jump in, though, and tell you to be awake. Watch what's happening, okay? Keep it cool. And be aware of your surroundings. The deep state is on their last legs. We don't know where they have sleeper cells that can go out and do like a mass shooting. You just be aware of your surroundings. I'm not telling anybody to be afraid. Don't do that. But, what we don't know is what we don't know. So just be aware of your surroundings. Okay? Does that make sense? You get me? You feel it? You get it? I hope you do. Anyway, you guys are great. I love you all. And I will see you on the next live stream, which will be I don't know. So let's pray for the president. That's a good one. And we'll, if something happens crazy, I'll do a live stream. So that's about it. You guys have an awesome night. I love you. Pray for each other. Be cool. And yeah, that's it. Love you. Bye.